Shawn Skipper with American Hunter, and I'm here at the 2016 Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Now behind me we have the Outfitter Hall, where outfits from across the globe come to offer hunters the chance to book trips 2016 and beyond. Now the folks in here have decades upon decades of hunting experience with turkeys, whitetail, moose, elk, waterfowl, bear, the whole package. There's African safaris too. John Zent, Scott Olmstead, and I decided to take advantage of the years of experience the folks in this hall have to offer by asking them some of the most hotly debated topics in their respective hunting fields. Now let's see what the turkey outfitters had to tell me. All right, Mike, first off, tell me a little bit about where you're located, what subspecies you're hunting.
All right, we're hunting the eastern turkey, and we're from Ohio, eastern central part of Ohio, right below Canton, about 40 minutes south.
Okay. Now, when it comes to calls, do you like a friction call or a mouth call?
Like a mouth call.
All right.
Yep.
You hunting decoys or no decoys?
Decoys. Decoy for sure helps. Break it in.
All right, would you recommend a red dot or an iron sightless?
Red dot.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 4s or number 6s?
Number 4.
All right, now when your clients miss, what would you say the number one reason that is?
They probably jerk a little bit when they pull the trigger.
Okay.
Yep.
And what's the number one piece of advice you might offer?
Just you gotta stay calm and cool when they come in.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. All right, Neil, tell me a little bit about where you guys hunt, what subspecies you're at.
We're in the northeast part of North Carolina, right off the 95 corridor.
All right.
We hunt the eastern wild turkey there.
All right, now when you guys are out there, you prefer a mouth call or a friction call?
A lot of friction. We use a lot of friction. A few of the hunters will use mouth calls, but myself and most of the guys I've noticed use friction.
All right, now you like to set up with decoys or without decoys?
Always decoys.
Always decoys?
Always decoys. I can't stress that enough where we hunt.
Okay.
We're hunting a lot of fields, and we're hunting a lot of pushed lanes on cutovers where a lot of your birds will come out a couple hundred yards away. Once they see the decoys, they're going to work that way.
Okay. Now, when we get down to the guns and the ammo, number 4s or number 6s?
I'm going to go with 6s because I shoot the duplex shot.
Okay. Now, do you like a red dot or you just prefer good old iron sights?
I'm a red dot.
Nothing wrong with being a red dot man.
Yep, I love it.
All right. Now, when your clients do miss, what would you say the number one cause of that is?
I think they get too excited and just shoot too quick. That's what I've taken to notice out of.
All right. Now, what would be the number one piece of advice you have for new and prospective clients?
Listen to what I tell you. I realize a lot of turkey hunters have their own way to go about doing things, but I know how to get the turkeys where we are, and if I could get them to listen to me a little more.
And they come to you for a reason.
Yeah, right. So that would be what I would say. Listen to me. Do what I recommend.
All right. Well, thank you, Neil.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, Dana, tell me a little bit about your outfit, where you guys are located, and what subspecies you're putting hunters on.
Well, we're in the northwest corner of Nebraska. We are hunting pure Merriams on over 10,000 acres of private ground, and we've got a lot of birds.
All right. Now, when you guys are out there hunting, you prefer a mouth call or a friction call?
Well, actually both, because the friction call is going to get more volume. It's going to carry further in that big open country. But when things get in close, it's a little easier to finish up what you got to do, and you just got a mouth call in, and your hands are free to take care of business.
Okay. Now, decoys. Do you guys like to use them or no?
I don't like to use decoys out there because the wind is a lot stronger in that country, so it makes a lot of erratic moves, and it attracts coyotes and bobcats a lot more than the turkeys.
So maybe the predator hunters would be using it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, let's get to guns and ammo. You like number 4s or number 6s?
I prefer 4s. I mean, we're looking at shooting out there, between 20 and say 45, 50 yards. So I think the 4s have a little bit more punch, especially when you're getting into that 35 plus yards.
Okay. Now, do you prefer a red dot or good old-fashioned iron sights?
I like the good old-fashioned iron sights. I'm a primitive archer myself, so I kind of a minimalist, but the iron sights, you know, there's no chance of fogging up. There's no chance of your batteries running dead. There's no chance, you know, that target acquisition area. With iron sights, you're seeing everything around you. When you're looking at that little red dot trying to focus on him, you know, sometimes he can hinder what else is happening around you.
All right, now when your clients do miss, what would you say the number one cause of that is?
The bird's too close, and they've just got a choke that's shooting a golf ball size pattern at 40 yards, and you know the bird comes in at 10 yards, and you know instead of shooting like a rifle, they're still shooting a shotgun and have a little panic and
All right. Now, what would be the number one piece of advice you do offer new and prospective clients?
Well, number one piece of advice, I guess, is just come with an open mind and be ready to overcome and adapt, you know, to the conditions and the area. Just what works good in Alabama doesn't necessarily work good up in the Black Hills and Pine Ridge of Nebraska.
All right. Well, thank you, Danny.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, Danny, tell me a little bit about where you guys are located, what subspecies you're working on.
We're 2 hours south of Orlando in Florida, right on the north end of Lake Okeechobee, where you have the subspecies of the Osceola turkey.
All right, let's talk strategy a little bit. Do you like a mouth call or a friction call?
Well, they both have their purpose. So me personally, I use a lot of the friction calls, mouthpiece when I feel like I need it.
Okay. Now, do you prefer to use decoys or no decoys?
Once again, that's a day-to-day thing, gut feeling. Some days we put them out, some days we don't. They work both ways. Sometimes they're the best trick in the woods, but some days it's the worst.
All right, now when it comes to guns and ammunition, do you prefer number 4s or number 6s?
Once again, you know, everybody has a different type of shotgun. You need to pattern your gun, you need to get the right choke, you need to you need to shoot your gun several times, check the 4s, the 6s. I prefer a mix. They seem to work the best.
Okay.
The mix blend.
All right, so like maybe the Federal's third degree.
You bet, yeah.
All right, now you talking red dot or iron sights? What do you prefer on your gun?
Well, me, with my eyes, I need the dot. So once again, you have to deal with all the different scenarios that you're getting into. The young guys, the iron sights work well.
All right, now when your clients do happen to miss a bird, what would you say the number one cause of that is?
Shoot, well, overexcitement.
Okay.
You know, overshooting one, let one get too close, pattern being too tight, and them overshooting the bird is the biggest one.
What's the number one piece of advice you would offer new and prospective clients before they came down to see you?
Make sure you pattern your gun, make sure you got the right load and right camouflage for the territory that you're in.
All right, well, thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
You bet.
All right, Steve, tell me a little bit about where you guys are located and what subspecies you're putting hunters on.
We hunt New Mexico, northern New Mexico, southern New Mexico, and then we'll go over to Texas, West Texas, and hunt Rio Grandes in Texas. Well, actually, we have some pretty good Rio hunts in New Mexico too, in northern New Mexico.
Okay.
So, but mostly Marysburg, mostly Marysburg.
Mostly there. All right.
But
Little Rio action, too.
little Rio action, that's right. Little Rios.
All right,
You know?
now, do you guys prefer to use a mouth call or a friction call?
You know, I like them all actually. I'll carry a friction call, I'll carry a mouth call. I think you'll find it just depends on what the bird's answer to.
Okay.
You know, you can do a friction call and maybe they'll work on that, and maybe next time a box call, mouth call. It's just whatever they're hitting.
All right.
Just be ready to try any of them. I think that's the big thing.
Okay, now, you like to use decoys or no decoys?
I like to use decoys, but I've had about 50-50 chance on decoys doing good or not so good.
Okay.
You know, decoys can be good, and then the next birds you use, they don't like them. So, but I like to carry them. It gives you more options, and I'm big into options. That's what I'm into. Big for options.
All right. That's understandable. Now, when you get out there, what would you say with your clients would be the number one reason they miss when that does happen?
Shooting too close.
Too close?
Too close. Too close. Their patterns are too tight, and they just have too tight a pattern and you simply miss.
And do you have a range you really tell somebody, go ahead, just shoot it now, don't let it get any closer?
30 yards or so, something like that. You know, these good guns, 30 yards is a good pattern. You know, check your patterns first, see what your gun does, and then about 30 yards.
Okay. And now, what would you say is the number one piece of advice you would offer new and prospective clients before they came down here?
Be ready to hunt and just hunt. Get out and look and stay with it and not give up and just hunt hard.
Okay.
Go out and stay in the woods and be out there, and that's one thing about turkeys. You can hunt turkeys all day long. And that makes it fun.
All right. Well, thank you, Steve.
You bet. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Bonnie, talk to me a little bit about where you guys are located and what subspecies you put your hunters in.
We're located in south central Iowa, right along the Missouri border, and we hunt the eastern species of wild turkey.
All right, now let's talk a little strategy. Do you prefer a mouth call or a friction call?
I actually prefer slate and box calls
Slate and box? Can you talk to me about why?
because I like the variance between them and the tones. I actually haven't been able to use a mouth call for many different reasons,
Okay.
but I just like the different tones that I can get from the different type of calls that I use.
Okay. Now, decoys. You prefer to use decoys when you're hunting or no decoys?
I use decoys.
You use decoys?
Yes, I do. Yep, and I really have had exciting moments happen with that. It's been very, very exciting to see gobblers and hens both come in with decoys. And just a lot of fun in the interaction, and also you learn a lot from the turkeys as they come in for the decoys as well.
Okay. Now, we'll get on to guns and ammunition. You prefer number 4s or number 6s?
Number 6s, and sometimes you can get a mix.
Okay.
So, anyways, yeah, I like a 3-inch.
All right.
So,
Now, do you like iron sight to your gun or a red dot or maybe even a full-on scope?
I usually just use iron sights.
Okay.
I really like that. I have used the red dot, and it is a deadly way of hunting. So,
Now, when you guys have seen your clients miss, what would you say the number one cause of that is?
just because they've overshot the bird.
Okay.
Sometimes they miss just simply by overshooting the bird. It's too close, and their pattern is very tight, and it needs to spread out.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, what would be the number one piece of advice you offer hunters before they come out to see you guys?
To do not move.
Okay.
When I'm calling a gobbler in, I just ask you to be as quiet and as still as absolutely possible, and it'll all work out. But their eyesight is incredibly strong, and they can pick up just the slightest bit of movement.
All right. Well, thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. What's your All right, Eric, first off, just tell me a little bit about where you guys are located and what subspecies you put in your hunters.
We're located in northeast Wyoming, Black Hills. Kirk County is what county we're located in, and we hunt Merriam turkeys, and we have a lot of them. Any first-time expert hunter, it doesn't matter. Both we cater to both, and most guys that are looking for a slam, they usually stop at our place to get the Merriam. So.
Now let's talk strategy a little bit. You prefer a mouth call or a friction call when you're working?
I like a friction call because it carries a little further. When they're in close and coming in for that final approach, mouth calls are good.
And then you like to use decoys or no decoys?
Decoys. We have a local taxidermist that we work with that we use full body mount decoys, full strutter. It's got an actual spring-loaded fan on it, and it works very well for us.
Okay. Now, in order to the guns and ammunition, do you prefer number 4s or number 6s?
I like number 4 just because it carries out a little further.
All right. Now, you an iron sight guy? You like a red dot or an optic?
I like iron sights.
Okay.
Just because you don't have to mess with if you do miss that first shot, it's a little easier to get on that second shot.
Okay. Now, when you guys have clients come out and miss, what would you say the number one cause of that is?
Turkey fever.
Okay.
They lose it when that gobbler's in your face, gobbling like that. It's just some guys can't take it.
Now, what's the number one piece of advice you'd offer your hunters before they came out?
Pattern your shotgun. Practice calling just a little bit. You don't have to be an expert. Really take care of that. And just enjoy a great hunt.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric.
Hey, nice talking to you.
We'll be back next year at the 2017 Great American Outdoor Show, which will return here to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. See you there.